Hi, this is Roman.
And Angel.
And Nora, the editor.
And you're listening to Cinema Strolls.
The film podcast about forming an opinion and regretting it later.
Or not.
Or not.
So, we just watched Wake Up Dead Man, the newest film from the Benoit Blanc Knives Out series. And by just watched, I mean we watched it yesterday actually. I guess I'm gonna be honest. This wasn't an immediate reaction because yesterday we watched 2 movies in a row and it was just too cold outside to record. And now it's daytime and it's much nicer, but possibly much louder, hopefully not. I think we have to start by talking about the format, the medium itself a little bit, because by watching a Netflix premiere, it already kind of shifts my perception of the film. How do you feel about it? Do you think that something is lost? Because I definitely do.
I think so, and also I kind of felt we're going to talk about the look of the film later on as well.
Yeah.
But this film being two and a half hours long, almost.
Yeah, I think
it was like I'm watching on Netflix. Why isn't this a miniseries? Why isn't this a show that
Yes.
could have been much more fleshed out?
I agree about the length. We'll talk about that as well. But just the experience of sitting to watch it on a home screen. A film, a series that started out as a normal, the theatrical release, because this wasn't a Netflix film originally. Knives Out was an independent production, I think. I think it was distributed by Lionsgate. And it was a success story. Like, people really, really clicked with it.
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise.
To the degree that Netflix immediately swooped in, as they do, and they offered Rian Johnson and his producer and Daniel Craig a ridiculous amount, a shitload of money to make this a Netflix series, which obviously I understand why he would take the deal, but as a result of that, I'm pretty sure there's no theatrical distribution for this film in Bulgaria. Pretty sure there definitely wasn't one for Glass Onion. So the only option we have to watch this new release by I would say a serious visually skilled filmmaker. I would say that. You can say that about Rian Johnson.
Of course.
And I'm stuck having to see this at home on its first release, as I'm also stuck doing the same for David Fincher and for Guillermo del Toro, and I don't know, I guess the newest what's his name? The newest Noah Baumbach.
Yeah.
Isn't it also coming out on Netflix?
White Noise. Did White Noise premiere on Netflix as well?
It might have, yes, I think so. Greta Gerwig's upcoming The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe remake, readaptation is also, I think, a Netflix exclusive. And for some reason it's starting to bother me more than it did a few years ago.
Yeah, because it's now much more of them, and you can really feel like it's taken out of the experience.
I agree, especially when I watch The Killer by Fincher, and it starts with an opening sequence straight away that looks like the opening of a TV show. Yeah. And you almost expect for the little skip intro thing to pop up in the corner. But you're watching a film. And I'm all for new mediums and whatnot, but when something is done with care and with love, I want to see it in the best format available, at least at first, right? Obviously, when it comes to old movies, I don't mind watching them for the first time at home. But there's something wrong about watching a new film this way. It just feels wrong. I don't know. I guess it didn't bother me with The Irishman, although I guess if it came out now, it would, maybe. Maybe I'm becoming more and more anti-Netflix. Maybe it's a result of the general enshittification of Netflix.
Yeah, and the general just swallowing up everything.
Yeah, because at first I think what Netflix did in the beginning was they would buy your respect by giving a ton of money to respected auteurs who maybe don't get that much money in the regular studio system anymore. But this has changed, and most of the content that they put out is pretty much disposable drivel.
Yeah. Also, can we talk about the Netflix look? Because this film, as well as Frankenstein, really suffers from it. I don't know if it bothered you.
Is it a question of saturation, do you think?
I think it is, because one of the things that everybody was crazy about in the original Knives Out was the look of it. It was very stylishly shot. It was shot digitally, but
Steve
it was...
Yedlin
Yes.
is the DOP, and he is actually, I guess, super famous online, because he is, from what I've heard, he's like a color science geek.
Yeah, I've seen those YouTube videos.
And he's made a look. I mean, I don't know how to describe that in
He knows how to operate the Alexa in a way that gets very close to the feel of actual film.
Yeah, and he does it in the color grading as well, not just in the way
just like Frankenstein really suffers from the Netflix look.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just the saturation. I don't know. The thing is, everything. This wasn't the case before, but in the last few years, there really is a Netflix look. Like The Irishman doesn't look like every other Netflix production.
I agree.
Marriage Story doesn't look like it was shot on film.
Yeah.
So now everything looks like everything else.
I wonder if it has to do, if there's some final step right before they export the final file. I don't know if it's something that to do with how it's put online.
I don't know, but it really feels like a corporate mandate.
Yeah, I guess it is.
And
I was gonna say Steve Yedlin, the DOP of this film. He's very respected for crafting a look that emulates film in digital, and this is something that people talked a lot about when he did Knives Out.
Yeah,
there was video essays about it. Yeah,
series of YouTube videos he made describing his process.
Yeah,
saying how he lights and how in post-production he adjusts the picture to get as close as possible. And the first Knives Out really looks great.
I agree.
Feel that there's a texture you don't usually get with digital.
Yes, but in order to see that texture, you kind of have to see it in the best possible release with high bit rate, which right off the bat you're not getting when you're watching on Netflix.
Yeah, because the quality is kind of shit.
Even if you get it through other means, I guess in the end they're getting the file from Netflix. So it's only going to be as good as Netflix can offer you. These movies, I don't think they come out on Blu-ray.
I don't think they have any sort of physical release.
I don't think the Irishman will ever have a physical release unless the Criterion does one or something.
If they make a deal with Netflix.
A deal with yeah. So in light of Netflix buying Warner Brothers, which as of this recording is still happening, I'm already having mixed feelings about watching a Netflix film and talking about one. So right there, right off the bat, I'm already sort of
against the whole thing.
Against the whole thing. I'm not against Rian Johnson though. We should probably start talking about him.
Do you want to say a few words about the film in general before we get into...
No, I think we want to go through the whole...
Okay.
No, I think it's important to talk about Rian Johnson in general because I'm sure it will be a nice build-up towards at least how I feel about this film.
Okay.
So Rian Johnson is a American filmmaker, one of the last of the Sundance generation. His first film is called Brick.
It's really good.
I really like it. I think it's a film that I remember very fondly. For some reason the score is really stuck in my mind. It's a very specific sounding film and it's a very specific looking film.
It is.
What it is a noir crime film set in high school with high schoolers, but taken completely seriously.
Yeah.
And it works bizarrely. It's not a joke. You think that it's a joke, but it's not.
No.
It's very influenced by anime, I think. There's a lot of shots and cuts and framings that could be...
Yeah, well, he is in general very influenced by anime and later films really show it.
I think so, yeah. I think he's I mean, I don't know if he's ever talked about it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he's influenced by Japanese animation. Clearly, his mandate in life is to experiment with genre forms and to, dare I say, subvert your expectation. Sometimes it works, sometimes it works less so, but
It's always something to talk about, though.
it's always something to talk about. Have you seen his second film, The Brothers Bloom?
I have not seen The Brothers.
I've only seen it once, and I remember enjoying it, but not.
Loving it.
It's not lingered.
Was it Rachel Weisz and Adrian
It's Rachel
Brody?
Weisz, Adrian Brody, Mark Ruffalo,
Okay.
and Rinko Kikuchi. And it's a caper. I remember it had tonal shifts and, you know, the things that you have come to expect from Rian Johnson. Then there's Looper, which
I didn't really care for Looper.
the main problem with Looper is that, for me at least, is that the time travel mechanics of it don't really make much sense, which the film tries to let you to let you know that you shouldn't really think about that. It shouldn't really matter that much. But to me, that kind of feels a little bit like lazy writing. And also the other thing that Looper does, which I think some people were turned off by, is the
makeup?
No, the hat on a hat thing about the plot is about time travel, but it's also about telekinesis.
Yeah, yeah.
It's two different sci-fi premises in one film,
It is very anime.
which I think is very anime. I
I
agree.
think so.
And that part of the film, I don't mind.
Were you the one who told me the story about how Rian Johnson talked with the director of Primer? I forgot the name.
Shane Carruth.
Shane Carruth
Yes.
about the time travel thing, and he gave him points because
I think Shane Carruth consulted on Looper.
but they completely ignored.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, are we ever gonna do an episode on Shane Carruth?
And do you have it in you?
I mean, yeah, there's
how much
there's,
disappointment?
there's things to talk about there, but
Sure.
we'll leave it for some other time. I think Looper is a fun film. There's always things to love in his films. I think he's very good at creating images. He's very good at working with actors also. I think Looper is probably the last time, well, to be fair, it's not entirely his fault, but it might be the last interesting performance from Bruce Willis that I can think of.
Yeah.
The last time he,
Put an effort.
well, yeah, but he has issues, so obviously it's not entirely his fault. But yeah, it's one of the last performances where he.
Well, he didn't have him at that point because that was
I don't know
how many years ago.
It came out in 2012.
Yeah.
I don't know how long ago Bruce Willis has had problems, but anyway.
That's true. That's true. Let's not speculate about that. But it,
Yeah.
it is. He puts the effort. Joseph Gordon-Levitt puts the effort. I wasn't a big fan of the makeup.
I never minded the makeup because it's an abstraction. You just kind of
You just have to go with it.
you go with it. You know, it's a cinematic.
I respect that he was trying to do the thing. It's
Otherwise,
in many
what
ways.
would you do? You would have to cast actors who look alike
Yeah.
to begin with.
Yeah.
I guess nowadays it would be really easy to do it with
AI.
no, with Kurt Russell and whoever his son. You know Kurt Russell's son? He's an actor.
No.
Yeah, they actually act together in a TV series.
Huh.
Yeah, that you would need actors who actually look alike to do that. Otherwise,
So what? A new Snake Plissken film? Eventually, when somebody remembers they own the IP.
oh yeah, for sure you can cast his son.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
His
So-
son is in the Thunderbolt movie that came out recently.
Okay.
Anyway,
I didn't bother to see that one. To be honest, I haven't been very interested in Marvel.
yeah, me too.
But talking about Rian Johnson, there's always something to talk about, always something to appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Easily upset.
Yeah.
But I always felt like his films are kind of less than the sum of the parts.
I always feel like he's one draft away from making a great film. I feel like it's like he's filming his vomit drafts, you know? I feel like he needs to keep working on it a little bit.
I'm not sure it's a vomit draft because when you this is what I mean when I say less than the sum of its parts. When you go scene by scene or line by line, there's always little callbacks or little foreshadowing things.
Yeah.
You have to have thought about these things.
He's thought
You have
about
to
it, but he
come
hasn't.
back and added them later on.
But he hasn't. I feel like he hasn't done the final pass or something. I don't know. I feel like.
I get what you mean, but it's not a vomit draft. I feel like he just
yeah, okay,
doesn't
fair
care.
enough. Yeah.
I think his priorities are not there. His priorities are the moments, and not the structure of the thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which-
his structures can be wonky. I think that might be one of his biggest problems. Is not so much individual scenes, but the way he structures a film can be bad sometimes, I think.
Yeah.
But never to the degree that some people online would say.
Yeah.
And
I'm not a hater. I didn't hate.
well, this
the-
brings us to, I think, the little movie called Star Wars, The Last Jedi,
Yeah.
which I remember watching it with you in the cinemas, and we were both mind blown on the way out. Not
By the
re-
sheer audacity of.
yeah, not liking it, but just we were like, I felt alive, to be honest. I was excited because I did not expect the sequel to The Force Awakens,
The safest movie ever made.
and one of the most bland movies ever made, to be that audacious
Yeah.
and to go in those directions.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter if it worked or not.
Well,
Just-
for me, the things that don't work about it have nothing to do with the online discourse.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I don't like the B plot where Finn and the other girl.
The poor lady who got a lot of tons of
Yeah,
harassment.
I'm sorry, I'm spacing on the character's name. I think it's Rose,
I think so.
and her name I'm sorry.
Tran? Something Tran?
Yeah, let's check her name.
Just a moment. Kelly Marie Tran.
Yeah, I think she did fine as an actress.
Oh yeah.
She got way too much hate afterwards, but this is only because a vast majority of Star Wars fans are the worst people.
Yeah.
It's one of
Just-
the most toxic fandoms.
It is just
Ever.
horrible, horrible babies who
I
cannot
almost
accept
feel-
any change.
More confident saying this about Star Wars fans than about Zack Snyder fans.
Yeah.
I think there's more integrity to Zack Snyder fans than to Star Wars geeks. Because
I'll give it to you.
because I think in the case of the Star Wars fandom, it's been co-opted by, it's been co-opted by shitty online right-wingers.
Yeah.
I think
and
that's fair to
Snyder fans
say.
are mostly just edgelords.
Yeah,
There's
Who-
not the wholesome thing that
yeah,
there's a front that the Star Wars fans are trying to
yeah.
put on it. It's about values and family and whatever shit.
Yeah, and also it's about having heroes that we can admire.
Yeah, and look for
So just
they
to-
can be infallible.
So just so I'm completely clear, the stuff that I don't like about The Last Jedi is mostly to do with the B plot and the way that is constructed, because there's a lot of meandering things that don't really go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I've rewatched the film. I have rewatched the film several times just to be sure about my feelings on it. I have zero problems with Luke Skywalker, what the fuck? With Luke Skywalker being a washed up
I loved it.
drunk guy.
We both loved it. We
I have
had a grin
no-
on our face the whole
I have
time in the
no
cinema.
problems with that.
He kept just throwing back the sword, and you were like, "Oh shit, they're gonna try something new."
Exactly. And is every moment with him perfect? Probably not. But I have no problems with the way he is portrayed.
No.
Because just because you fucked up doesn't mean that you're a bad person. And he has a little arc.
Mm-hmm. There's a redemption thing.
There's
for
a
him.
redemption thing, which people were like, well, he does a thing at the end that he's never done before. What kind of a superpower is this?
Have you seen other Star Wars films?
Not only that, the film keeps setting it up, actually. It's just that maybe it's not set up perfectly, but the thing that keeps happening in the film between Rey and Kylo Ren
Mm-hmm. Is what he uses.
is what he does at the end.
Yeah.
It's a long distance projection thing.
Yeah. And I love the tension between Rey and Kylo Ren
Yeah,
in the film.
absolutely.
When the reveal that her parents are just some space peasants was great. I love the overall message of the
Yep.
Force is in everyone,
Yep.
and they
And
just
this is
shit
the
on
thing
it.
that people hated about it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Why do you need it to be blood related? Why does it always need to be about? Why can't it be about a found family?
Yeah.
Which gets into some very, I don't know, blood and soil kind of, very problematic things for me.
Absolutely. And also people were so pissed off that he killed the Snoke character.
Yeah.
Nobody cared about him. He was a nobody. He was a replacement for the Emperor. It doesn't really matter who he is.
Absolutely. And all the
Now, if the B plot was perfect, I still think the film would have gotten all the hate that it got.
yeah,
So I want to position myself against those haters.
you just don't like the space casino thing.
It's not so much that I don't, yeah, I mean, I don't like that whole, the way that plot is constructed.
Yeah,
Individual moments are fine.
yeah. I mean the idea of the space casino thing,
Yeah, sure.
the class commentary
Yeah.
that he's trying to do, I have no problem
But
with
there's
it.
moments of humor, for example, that are tonally jarring to what Star Wars is, I think. Which you might also say is him trying something new, but
Yeah, some
there's a
would
certain
work.
self-awareness and a certain jokiness that feels a bit outside the established tone of whatever the main series is. Not that it matters, but
Yeah, this is just such a minor thing. Also, we gotta talk about all the hate that she's one of our greatest actors. Why don't Laura Dern, the blue hair thing,
oh my god, yeah.
just the absolute hate.
Yeah, because she's a bossy lady that commands the Oscar Isaac character
Yeah.
around.
And she gives him his props at the end.
And the
He has an arc.
Oscar Isaac character is the modern version of Han Solo.
Yeah.
He's this sort of brash, ego-driven male, and the film kind of puts him in his place.
And
And
he
why
learns
not?
and grows from
Why
this.
not? Okay, there's the thing. Okay, there's the Leia surviving space thing.
Yeah, that's horrible. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that could have been done differently. That was a bad idea, I think.
it is. I see wanting them to give her the force.
If anything, they want to prove, and I feel like that's the direction it was going anyway, until Carrie Fisher died. I think the point was going to be that out of the three original protagonists, she was
She's
going to
gonna-
be the one who has her shit together
Yep.
and actually can do some stuff. But I mean, the Star Wars sequels, as they are now, are a shit show. The final film, which was a course correction after people reacted really badly to The Last Jedi, and was directed by J.J. Abrams again. It's one of the most depressing experiences I've ever had in the cinema. Like, in trying to correct what people didn't like about the previous film, for me personally, it made outlandish decisions that are as crazy as people accuse Rian Johnson of being. Like, I think like the final Star Wars, like the whatever the name was, Rise of Skywalker, it fits much more what people talk about when they talk about The Last Jedi. Like it being bonkers, not making any sense.
You mean about how somehow
Palpatine
Palpatine returned?
has returned, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's been explained in one of the comic books.
No,
Anyway,
I didn't even bother to see that one.
Rian
because
Johnson
it
got
looks
a
so
ton of hate. A ton of hate because of that film. And it seems to have inspired this entire Benoit Blanc project, to be honest. Because what the Knives Out films are, it's a series of whodunits in the Agatha Christie, Sherlock Holmes, I guess, tradition. But what they really are about is about getting together a bunch of shitty people that represent different aspects of what's wrong with America, and getting one, usually it's one protagonist who is a pure soul, who has to deal with these people. And how do they deal with these people? By receiving help from a bizarre, anachronistic, crazy person called Benoit Blanc, who is not, I'm not even sure is a good detective sometimes. And I'm not entirely sure what his damage is, because he does feel like he's from a different universe. Because it's him, and the reality around him is usually quite close to our reality. But he is,
Just
he
straight
makes
out
no
of
sense.
Yes, he's straight out of a novel.
Yeah.
He's very. It's not even anachronistic because it's not about a time displacement. It's just about a dimensional or world displacement.
But we,
he's not
over
of
the
this
course of
earth.
of the three films, we do learn a little bit more about him.
Yeah,
The second film establishes that he's gay.
he's married to Hugh Grant,
Yeah.
which was cute, and which is the only good thing I can kind of say about
Yeah,
the second
okay,
one.
we'll get there. But let's go through Knives Out. I think Knives Out, having rewatched it a few times, I don't have any problems with it, to be honest. I think it's a perfect hangout movie in a way, because every character is fun to be with, and every actor acts really well. And Chris Evans, he's really good at being an asshole. He should play it more often. Ana de Armas is great. Christopher Plummer, one of his last performances.
Yeah, great
Perfect.
performance. Everybody's great. Everybody's Michael Sheen,
And yeah,
Jamie Miller.
the film for me works throughout. I don't think you agree completely.
I've seen it once. I've seen
Okay.
it when it came out. I remember loving it overall. I just never bothered rewatching it because I rarely rewatch films, to be honest. But I remember that the review that it was Chris Evans the whole time was a bit of a letdown. It was a bit of too obvious. I mean,
I
there's a
think
lot
he
of
plays
twists
with
and
that though. He plays with how obvious it is. In every one of these films, he kind of holds the solution right under your nose in a way that I think,
Yeah.
in hindsight, it's usually quite obvious who the killer was.
Yeah, but well, here it's not even obvious in hindsight. It's just kind of obvious.
Right, but it's not
It's
just
what I
about that. So you're misremembering a little bit. Because
Maybe.
it's not so much. There's no doubt that he's an asshole.
No,
But you're forgetting something.
Sure. Okay.
Knives Out leads you to believe early on that there is no mystery. It leads you to believe that what happened the way she
It
remembers
was an accident.
and that she's trying to hide and
Yeah.
survive.
No, I remember that part.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's no denying that he's an asshole. You know that
I
he's
know
an
that
asshole.
he's an. Everybody knows he's an.
But
asshole.
then, quite late in the film, is where you realize, oh wait, actually there was a mystery. And I guess you're saying that it would be more interesting if, in that case, the killer was someone else.
Yeah. Just this is maybe if I see it again, because I have to admit I only see it once.
I think it's a good film. I mean, I watched it with my mom afterwards because it's
It's a perfect mom
it's
film.
a perfect mom film. It's
And
an okay girlfriend film.
Yeah, and I love like detective stories and detective mysteries. I just love the genre. I think it was playing with the tropes and it was shot beautifully. It was acted very well. Has a lot. Overall, I agree with Rian Johnson's politics as well. So.
I mean, they're
The whole thing
politics
about
that are
the-
easy to agree with.
Yes, and they're very on the nose, very often, which started
Maybe-
bothering me more with the later films.
I agree, yes.
But Knives Out, great film. I have nothing really against it. You can put it on every time and you can have a blast with it.
Right.
And then came Glass Onion.
Which is, it's like I don't know, it's obviously not as good.
It's really a downgrade. Like watching it, I remember, okay,
know.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But the more I think about it, the less I
Well,
like.
personally, there's a few decisions towards the end that are really, really, really bother me. The moment with the Mona Lisa is, I think, problematic because I don't know if you remember, but the film ends with the Mona Lisa, the actual Mona Lisa, being destroyed.
Yeah.
And I think that was unnecessary for the film to make the point that it wants to make. I think the characters are great, but the way the mystery comes together, it all ends up being an incredibly on-the-nose and obvious criticism of people like Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg.
We both agree, and we've spoken about this in
This is not a question
episodes.
about agreeing. See, that's the thing.
It's just kind of too obvious,
I agree with that.
too on the nose, too almost boomerish.
Yeah, it nears a boomer liberal degree of criticism. It doesn't go deeper than that.
Yeah, it's just very obvious. It doesn't try to take into account why these people are in the position they are. It's just bad people.
Yes.
Nothing about systemic problems, nothing. It kind of tries to, because everybody's connected to this person, everybody benefits from him. But it doesn't like explore anything deeper than that. He's just an idiot. And the big reveal is that he's an idiot who's trying to pretend he's smart.
The one thing I like, that I did like at the end was early on they say, he says, you know, when the Edward Norton character says, when you're a disruptor, people usually follow you at first, but then when you become too much of a disruptor, people eventually back away from you. And at the end, when she starts trashing his place, that's mirrored in the way his friends react. Because at first they're like, yeah, go girl, fuck him up. But then as it actually becomes actually disruptive, as she's actually about to blow up the building, they suddenly start panicking.
Yeah.
And
okay, that was a good moment.
that was a good moment because it was set up in dialogue and then called back to in action, which I think quite often he relies on mostly verbal callbacks. I think people say something that they said earlier. And that was a little bit above that in terms of, because some people might even miss it when they watch it. And I like that. I appreciate that moment.
I appreciate it, and I didn't really have a problem with the Mona Lisa. Honestly, I feel like he's again very topically, a bit too topically maybe, commenting on the whole
I agree, but
movement with
you can
climate
destroy,
deniers.
you can...
Fuck the Mona Lisa guy. I mean, if the world is gonna burn, you can
I agree.
spare the Mona
Okay,
Lisa.
well,
so,
fair enough, fair enough.
I get the thing of who cares, this is the most reproduced piece of shit ever. I
That's
mean,
true. I mean, I
it's a
guess
masterpiece.
It's
we love it.
it's probably not even the original copy or something.
Well, it doesn't matter because this is the Mona Lisa is the most overhyped piece of art ever.
Well, okay.
It's only famous because it got stolen and then returned.
I guess the Rian Johnson is more of a radical than I gave him credit for.
So I appreciate that. I know that when he comes to this, I forgot the name of the movement with the climate change thing when they throw paint.
Yeah.
Because this is very directly.
It's
something
a
that
reference to that. Yeah.
It's too topical in a way that I feel like
it's gonna age poorly.
It's gonna age poorly, and it's too on the nose. So overall the film is quite a letdown. It's fun when you watch it, but the more you think about it, the more disappointing it gets. But there are some good moments.
Like it.
There are always good moments.
That's the thing. Yes, that's the problem with him, because it's very, for me, it's always very hard to criticize him, because there's always things that I really, really love about every single film.
There's individual moments.
Yeah.
There's individual lines, good performances always, individual flashes of brilliance.
Yeah.
When you feel like he had those moments initially, and then he wrote a script around them, and he didn't really care about how the whole thing comes together as a film.
So
finally
we
like
arrive at Wake Up Dead
40
Man.
minutes later or whatever, we get to Wake Up Dead Man.
Well, this film has one thing going for it, and that's Josh O'Connor, who might be the most likable person working in film right now, at least for me. There's something about him, like I immediately sympathize with him. I'm sure he can play a monster. In fact, maybe he should, just to show some range.
Spice it up,
Yeah, but the things that I like about the film mostly have to do with him just as an actor, just his presence.
Which is interesting, because I don't think he's good in this. I like him. I feel like everybody's playing a different film.
Really?
And he kind of sticks out as a sore thumb to me.
You think so?
He's playing it too dramatically. When he's supposed to be over the top, it doesn't work for me. I do not believe him.
Well, I do
next
agree.
to Benoit Blanc.
I agree. Well, Benoit Blanc is always
He's
supposed to be
the one
a
who
jarring
sticks as
presence in every situation.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I love the guy. He's very good. He's very charismatic. He's very likable, as you said.
Okay.
I did not believe him in this film.
Interesting. Well, all right. Well, let's see if we can analyze that a little bit.
But this is just an aside. Let's go into the things.
The film is way too long. Let's start with that.
It is.
I think that's my main problem with it. I think, maybe you disagree, but I think that the intricacies of the plot and the details of the whodunit were less interesting this time around. I actually got more out of the little asides and the red herrings than the actual final solution, the final resolution of the whodunit mystery. Maybe it's because it took way too long to get there. I think this film indulges in a lot of dramatic poses, a lot of silence, a lot more silence than previous films. For example, I think scenes drag on a little bit. I think there are moments where we could get to the point a little bit quicker, but the movie takes its time a bit too much.
I agree, and this is why I kind of would wish this was a miniseries.
I agree with that. I think
series.
if this was a mini-series,
wouldn't have the same problems, but it would have been easier and more enjoyable.
You would actually even have even more time to
flesh out things.
The characters.
Yeah.
To give a quick overall of the plot without going into the final, because on this one we really shouldn't spoil, because it's a whodunit. You're not going to talk about.
Okay.
I can talk about the ending without spoiling who or even if.
Okay.
Who the killer is. This film is about a priest, played by Josh O'Connor, who has a bit of a temper problem and punches we never hear why he does it, but he punches another priest, and as punishment, I guess he's sent to be an assistant priest to another priest in a little town. I don't remember where the town
New
was.
York State.
Was it New York State? Yeah. Played by Josh Brolin. And it becomes clear to him early on that there's something wrong with this guy. You can see that this is a very right-wing, very sort of fire and brimstone kind of preacher, but also a hypocrite.
Mm-hmm.
And he's building a cult of personality around him,
Almost,
very obviously based on Trump, I think, or based on like any sort of charismatic leader that people are willing to follow, even, and this is a very key point, even after his misdeeds are
made
revealed,
obvious, yes.
People are still willing to stick with him because he's the head of a movement that is too important. And the movement is basically making America great again.
I mean, basically Christian nationalism.
Yeah, exactly.
Which one thing that kind of bothers me is, why is this a Catholic church? It's so Westboro Baptist Church coded, and most of America is Protestant. So why is it Catholics that? Just on the side.
I can tell you why. I can tell you why. Because Rian Johnson was a Catholic, and he's kind of dealing with his own shit in this.
Okay, so fair enough.
He's doing a Scorsese thing.
He's doing Catholicism,
Yeah.
I respect what the film is trying to do. Again,
I have disagreements with some of its.
Well, we're not very church-going, like faith-oriented people in general, so some
but
things are gonna.
the film sets a good priest against a bad priest, and then the question of what a good priest is
what
is
its
key
role
to
in
the film,
society
to what
is,
the film is trying to say.
Yeah.
And that's where But to be fair, Benoit Blanc is the representative of the cynical point of view, I think.
Yeah.
Even though he has a little epiphany towards the end.
But it's not a religious epiphany.
It's not a religious one, yeah. And so I do feel my position is represented by Benoit Blanc in the film. I have problems with one particular moment that I can talk about without spoiling the film. So as we said, these films are quite often about right-wingers. They're about the problems of American society. In this case, a lot of attention is paid to misogyny.
And it's not fleshed out well enough.
I agree. Well,
I mean,
there's a character who's there to be. It becomes obvious early on that obviously this character is being set up so that we find out more about her later. But the more we find out is not that much.
Yeah,
I already knew that. I could just infer. Okay, obviously she's a victim.
Yeah, but it wasn't fleshed out enough.
It wasn't fleshed out.
I feel like there was a scene missing or something, because we are told how we're supposed to feel, and we are not shown.
Exactly. The final moment where we realize that this person was obviously, but I think it's obvious from the beginning if you're not, if you don't agree with the bad guys in the film, because they keep calling her a harlot whore.
Yeah.
And one of the film's MacGuffins, or the film's big MacGuffin is called Eve Zappo, right?
Yeah.
So this film tries to be about misogyny, specifically inside the church and inside a patriarchal society, I guess.
Yeah, and
but it doesn't flesh it out well enough.
Particular character, though, and not only her. Even I feel like what was the name of the actress? I forgot for a moment. The actress who played Broomhilda in Kerry Washington.
Kerry Washington.
Kerry Washington. She's also a victim of this, who participates.
And also, as is Glenn Close. In her case, it's more about getting indoctrinated in a male view.
I feel like Kerry Washington did a very good job, but there was also something missing. It could have been more fleshed out. It could have been. I don't want to say I needed to be spelled out more, because the film is very on the nose with everything.
Yeah.
I just feel like she could have had one more moment, an acting moment, so she can really shine. And Glenn Close gets that, and I feel like she doesn't, and none of the other female characters get this. Especially the harlot whore one, which is
I don't think she even has any dialogue, I think.
No.
She's only there in flashbacks.
And there's just one moment for her to act to convey her position, and so she can get your sympathies, but I feel like there really should have been more.
Yep, I agree.
So that's one of the big problems of the film. The faith thing is very like individual to the person.
Sure.
Casting Josh O'Connor was a very good idea because he's very likable. There was a great moment when in the middle of the mystery, he needs to perform his role in the community.
I want to talk to you about that. How do you feel about that scene? Because I think I know the one you mean.
I think it's a great scene.
I think it might be.
It's a highlight.
It's a highlight of the film. I agree.
It is. It's the core of the character, the core of the message.
Yeah.
It was very good.
He calls someone on the phone, and that person is being a bit annoying and hard to talk to, and keeps interrupting him, and he needs some information from her because he's enthralled in the case.
In the mystery, yeah.
In the mystery, much like Diana de Armas' character, sometimes he did more work than Benoit Blanc, to be honest, or at least he feels like that.
Yeah, it feels like he's. Benoit Blanc is always the side character.
Well, Benoit Blanc always knows more than he's already noticed something from the very beginning, and he usually tells you at the end. So yeah, there's also that. But anyway, he has to talk to someone over the phone, and the person is being a bit annoying. He gets a bit upset, but then the person
reveals that they need
a priest. They need someone to pray for them, and then the scene stops, and it does a complete jarring tonal shift that I honestly think worked really well.
I agree. I think
this might be one of also the film does something which it does it 3 times, and the 3rd time was a bit too much for me, but there's a thing that happens the first time Benoit Blanc visits the church, and they start talking with the two of them.
Yeah, that was very on the nose.
You know what I'm going to talk about.
Of course.
There's the sun coming in through the windows.
When he is skeptical, the clouds come in and
then when
the priest Josh O'Connor starts talking, the sun shines
again. This happens again in the scene with this woman, and I think it was a good enough callback.
You didn't need it at the end.
And then there's the 3rd one, which I was a little annoyed by, to be honest.
Well, honestly, they should have skipped the medium one. Maybe.
You think the scene would have worked without that? Yeah, I agree, actually. Then it would have been it only would have happened in the church.
Yes.
It would have been more consistent.
Yes.
And the scene works without it, I think. The scene with the woman on the phone works without the something.
Yeah, it's cute, but it's taken away. I mean, and now it's a rule of 3s.
I don't think you needed the rule of 3 on this.
It's kind of annoying.
Because it takes away from the final moment, which did not hit me as much as it should. Just as a minor spoiler, there's a moment where Benoit Blanc has a bit of a moment of reflection and decides not to do something that he would normally do, not because of respect for the church, but because of respect for certain characters' dignity.
Yeah, and of the priest's role in his community, which is I respect it, but I was kind of annoyed.
I'm sure if I had read it, I would have loved how it's written, but I was a bit too tired by the time we got to that scene because it was a little too long.
Yep.
And honestly, I love Daniel Craig. I quite like the Benoit Blanc character, but I'm getting a bit tired of his shit because there's a little too much of him doing his crazy thing and interrupting and being over the top and performative. It's a little too much. And I felt like maybe none of this would have been a problem if this film was shorter
or if it was
a miniseries. Yeah, if they trimmed the fat or
expanded
it, yeah.
I absolutely agree. I remember, I love it on paper, as you said.
Yeah.
But when we got to it, it's like 2 hours into the film, and I was like, stop jerking my leg.
And then a character says it, which is even more annoying. One character says, can you just get along with it? Can we actually get to the point?
Just because you I know you also notice it, just don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Making not a callback. What is it called? Pointing out that you're being annoying.
It's never helped. I think.
Never helped anyone.
Unless, well, okay, I'm sure I can think of examples where it's worked, but
maybe the first time you've seen it, he was ooh, but
no, yeah, it's not. I did not need that. I did not need that at all.
Yeah, but then, honestly,
the final scene, without spoiling.
Yeah, I think it was great. It was a very good whodunit when this character
when you finally
comes in.
find out the whole plot details.
Yeah.
I guess this film, maybe, I have to think about it. For some reason, I was really aware this time around of something which is inherent to the nature of these films, It's a lot of people talking and explaining shit.
Yeah,
And for some reason, this time around, I really felt it.
that's the genre though.
I know. So why did I feel it this time? Because it's too long? Does it all boil down to that, maybe?
Maybe, honestly, the film has kind of lost me for the 20 minutes before that scene. When that scene revealed the whole thing, I was okay, that's kind of clever. Okay, this
I agree. It
this
should have
works.
gotten there. It should have gotten there
It should have
much
gotten
earlier.
there much earlier.
I agree.
Because there's a large portion of the film when I was
Beginning to tune out a little bit?
I was beginning to tune out.
Yeah.
There's individual moments I really like, but I was not that interested.
There's a moment where the character played by Mila Kunis comes in and plants the idea that maybe it was Josh O'Connor who did the crime. Do you remember that? And then there's a thing at the police station, and then he almost confesses, which is something that also Diana de Armas' character almost did in the first film. There's a lot of things there that could have been trimmed considerably.
There's a lot of hat on hat.
Hats on hats on hats, I agree.
Twist upon twist, which is what you're there for, but it just felt overbearing this time. It just felt a bit too much.
It might be a question of length, to be honest.
I think that for me, definitely.
Which obviously, to make it shorter, then you would have to rewrite it. But he's a writer; he can do it.
Yeah, I believe he could have made it more succinct, more punchy.
Yeah,
in the film would benefit. Overall, I think I enjoyed it more than Glass Onion.
I agree.
It's
I
more
also took
consistent.
it took it more seriously than Glass Onion.
I agree, and this is.
There were moments that actually felt emotional.
Yeah, Josh O'Connor is very good in the dramatic scenes. He really
So you
sells
think the comedy scenes is... I think I know the scene that annoyed you. I think I know which one.
It's in the trailer. It's not.
I know that scene.
It's
I know
not
the
a scene. It's not a scene. It's the whole thing.
Yeah, but there's one where...
It's one
he's a
when
bit-
he just doesn't sell it for me.
Yeah.
There's moments he doesn't sell, and moments when he's reflective, and when he's very good.
Yeah.
And overall I love him.
I don't know. I don't know, man. He triggers my sympathy. I don't know. Like it's even in. I mean, you can argue about who's the worst person in Challengers, but I always felt bad for him in that film because he was down on his luck, and people kept shitting on him.
Yeah. No, he's great in Challengers.
Yeah.
And I really need to see that the new film he did when he's like an art thief or
You want to
something.
sit down?
Just for a moment.
Okay.
So he is great. Have you seen Chimera?
Not yet.
Okay, I really wonder what you think about. I'm very. I don't know what I think about it.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Everybody around me love it. I see why they love it. It's a mood piece. It's a period piece. It's shot well. There's a lot of things on many levels, and I wish it connected with me more.
Yeah.
Because this is the type of cinema I usually gravitate towards, and I wish I had any kind of emotional reaction
I see.
to it. Because people who love it really
I'll watch
love
it. I'll watch it. From
You
what
should.
I've seen, it looks really good.
It is.
It's shot on film, obviously, and it looks beautiful from what I've
It
seen.
is beautiful. He's great in it. It's about Italy. I love Italy. But it's kind of a grungy, almost destitute Italy in the 80s. So everything is very just grimy.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to love.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, it just left me emotionally cold. But he's great at it.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate the themes.
Yeah, and coming back to Wake Up Dead Man, there's the things I don't like just in terms of story construction, and then there's the things that I disagree with, which is my own problem, obviously. And this is a very personal film for Rian Johnson. I do want to plant this seed without spoiling the ending. I want to talk about one scene in particular. I'm going to try to describe it without spoiling. It's going to be a bit of a tight rope walk, but let's see.
No.
Okay, so at the very end, there's a moment where someone confesses to something because someone is looking for redemption, let's say, for peace of mind, or forgiveness, you might even say. And as they're doing it, they mention several people that they have wronged, but they don't mention the harlot whore. And so, which I'm sorry, I just don't remember the actual character's name. I apologize. But this is how they refer to her. They don't mention her, and then the Josh O'Connor character insists. I guess I'm spoiling that this is a conversation that's happening between Josh O'Connor and someone else. He insists that they also talk about her.
Yeah.
And the person seeking redemption does indeed show remorse.
I really like that they were apprehensive. They didn't want to do
I
it.
don't think that person in real life gets that far. And this
Oh,
is
yeah, of
where
course.
this is where I think my cynicism is getting in the way of enjoying the message of the film. And not saying it would have been a better film, but my own film would have ended with
Them not being remorseful for that one.
not being able to go that far.
Because most people aren't.
And then Josh O'Connor having to deal with that. I think that's my big ideological problem with the film. The film seems to suggest, which is obviously a very, I know it's the correct thinking probably, but the film seems to suggest that nobody is beyond redemption. But I think when you're a certain age and you've been indoctrinated and you've spent your whole life filled with hate,
Be careful.
I don't think you go that far in your atonement, let's say.
Well, this is the feel-good, cozy mystery film. Of course they're gonna go ham.
I agree.
And honestly, I kind of got it was a nerd, but I got a little emotional. I mean, when they cut back to the harlot whore, when you see that moment of pain in her eyes,
Yeah.
I got a little choked up. I knew it wasn't earned. I knew
Yeah,
the film
it
should
was-
have said it better and
I
would
agree.
have
Okay.
hit more deservedly.
Yeah.
And I know it's on the nose. I agree with you. It's too easy. It's giving those people too much. Just giving them too much credit.
Yeah.
But it's an optimistic story about redemption in a film that is about what the church is supposed to be.
Exactly. I'm not saying. I think the thesis of the film is the church is basically a priest is supposed to be a really good therapist.
Yeah.
Basically, it seems
Church,
to be
a priest is
seems to
supposed to be there for their community, because the community
for their community
needs
specifically on a local level, yes, and not have like super wide aspirations
it.
towards.
Yes, and ambitions about.
You're supposed to be there for your flock,
Yes.
but to what degree do you then try to change your flock? Because it seems to me the job of the priest involves mostly listening and nodding. So
Well, that's the start, I guess.
I agree, but not
and-
much challenging.
Not much on. Well, he did try, maybe, in the scene when he tries to have that
The conversation,
group,
yeah,
conversation.
the group prayer session, yeah.
At least he was vulnerable. He admitted some personal stuff.
Yeah.
He was trying to get them to open up, and then little by little, maybe you can get them and you can advise them
Yeah.
in a row.
And also the Josh Brolin. Oh, we forgot to say, Josh Brolin is the dead man. We forgot to say who the victim is, but this is known from the trailers, I think. This is not like a big spoiler, but
Sure, okay.
yeah, I think this is known. This is not a mystery.
Yeah, and Josh Brolin does a great job.
Yeah.
He's menacing and funny.
Yeah.
And he's just playing some psychological games with the new priest.
Yeah, he had
just
kind
fucking
of
around.
he had kind of pre-selected his flock to be people who he can have influence over. That's a lot of fun to be had with those characters.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're better characters than the one in Glass Onion,
I agree. So
And-
I agree as well with that.
and they were given more to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the cellist. I for whatever reason I know that this particular actress from the Craft sequel, the new one.
I have no idea what that is.
The Craft,
Nope.
the film with Fairuza Balk, the 90s witch film. It's a classic.
Okay.
You've seen Clueless. You should definitely watch The Craft.
Okay.
It's a 90s. It's not. I don't know if a chick flick is the
Well,
right
I'm
term,
pretty
but
sure
it
that
was.
term is not.
Yeah,
It's not currently.
yeah. It
popular.
doesn't sound great, but it's for one of those in the 90s. It's a very good one. It's gothy. It's
okay.
moody.
And what's this actress's name? The cellist.
I'm trying to remember. Just give me one moment.
There's always got to be a
So-
pause for googling.
Kaylee Spaney.
So you weren't crazy about her performance?
I wasn't crazy about. Oh, she was in Alien Romulus, which I never saw.
What? Alien Romulus.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Oh, she was in Civil War.
She was in Ex Machina. Not Ex Machina.
No, she was in Devs. She was
yeah.
great in Devs.
Yeah, she's great in that.
She's great in Devs.
Yeah.
Here, I feel like she wasn't given enough to do.
I agree.
She was kind of a she's a great actress, or is was for a moment wondering because of Devs it was more of a they them situation, but I think
No.
she identifies as a.
She just plays a
she.
boy
Yeah.
in Devs.
She was very good, and I'm sure she was good in Civil War again because he tends to be good with his actors.
Yeah.
Alex Garland. She is a very capable actress. I feel like there wasn't enough for her to do in this film.
I understand.
And she also wasn't hamming it up the way the others were. A lot of them were.
How do you feel about Jeremy Renner?
I love him.
It's nice to see him act
Yeah.
because he's been stuck in Marvel hell.
Marvel land for a very long time.
I really want to support Rian Johnson because he is a voice and he has a style. And in a world where there isn't much of that left in Hollywood, I'd much rather watch a Benoit Blanc film than a new Marvel film. And he does give actors an opportunity to shine.
Flex, yeah.
Like one of the joys of every new Benoit Blanc film is to see who the cast is. So I'm on Team Johnson. I want him to succeed. In fact, I don't think I've ever wanted someone to succeed despite the results that they keep giving. Because I know he can do it, which sounds patronizing, and I apologize, but obviously...
Oh, the multimillionaire who's one of the last director tours.
Well, he needs
butts in seats.
Well, he doesn't get butts in seats because now it's coming out on Netflix, and I'm not even sure if you can. How many people are going to watch it the way we did? Are you sure people are going to gather and watch this film that much?
Oh, they seem to be banking on it. Of course, you never know.
You never know.
They're
You don't
hiding
know
their
what-
metrics.
yeah. This should have been a theater release. This should have been something we watch in the
It would have been a good Christmas film. I agree.
Except, okay, or your version of best case scenario. This could have been a series rather.
Yeah, I feel like it should have been even. I mean, we've said it several times. It should have been either shorter or expanded
I'm
into
leaning
like.
more towards it being shorter. That would have been my solution. Also, it seems like a quite attainable one. All he needs to do is rewrite the script a little bit. But the idea of a TV series with Benoit Blanc, in theory, might work. Although, as I said, I am getting a bit annoyed by his shtick.
Yeah, but if it was like 3 40-minute episodes and which each had its high point and it's got its.
I agree.
It's
Yeah, but then how you
it's-
justify financially making a series? I guess it wouldn't be that different.
Wouldn't
I
be
guess.
that different. Wouldn't be that more
Actually, there would
expensive.
be, I could watch every Knives Out film as a series right now because it's on TV. It's on Netflix. It's
Yeah.
not a
Just
cinematic
decide when you want to
experience.
stop.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
you
agree.
have that
They could have
option.
made that.
So overall, I like the film. It has its problems. I agree with what he's trying. I didn't know it was a person. I didn't know he was Catholic. haven't done much research on
No,
Rian
he
Johnson.
just mentions it in some interview.
Okay.
But I haven't listened to many interviews with him, but he did mention it in something that this is a personal film for him.
Yeah.
He's an ex-Catholic. He's
A lapsed Catholic.
a lapsed Catholic. Yeah, like Kevin Smith.
So overall, I enjoyed the film. I again feel like it's less than the sum of its parts in many ways. I appreciate that he again is trying to make a cozy little murder mystery that has a lot on its mind and trying to address serious problems in American society.
I think he can. He should keep working on that. I think he can do better. I think he has it in him to make like a undeniably great film.
But for the whole of the Knives Out mystery experiment, even though I think the third one is better than the second one,
The great one is the first one.
the great one will always be the first one.
I think,
and
yeah, and I
it's
think
it's getting too tropey,
I
too
agree.
silly. It's not just flirting with the tropes.
I agree.
It's hamming it up a bit too much, and it's because with every subsequent film you need to make it bigger and louder and more elaborate.
Which is why I don't think there's going to be a new one anytime soon.
I hope not.
I don't think so. No.
I hope.
If there is, I hope he does something completely different, goes in a completely different direction. Which I don't know how that would
Well,
look
he's
like.
kind of stuck with the format, and then there's nothing wrong in having, like, I love a lot of those characters and a lot of those books and TV series and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's it's fun. Nothing wrong with having, and you know, crime thrillers and detective fiction, they always address societal problems. Doesn't matter if it's Miss Marple with Murder, She Wrote or whatever, they always
Yeah.
explore psychological and societal things. It's inherent to the genre. So he's not doing anything that it's not part of it. It feels to me, especially with the Netflification of it all,
Yeah.
it just feels, even when it's good, it gets blander and blander every
I agree.
time.
I agree.
Less,
I
it's just
think
diminishing
he should
returns.
do something completely different next and do it not with Netflix.
I don't know how many movies he agreed to.
I'm not sure. I think he's mentioned that he's under no pressure to make a fourth one, but maybe he is. So maybe he's just saying that.
I hope he does different things and maybe return to this in like
I think so.
10, 15
it
years.
would be fun to see an older Benoit Blanc.
Yeah. Also the whole
Older
thing,
than Daniel Craig, who's pretty old right
yeah.
now.
I was watching the film
Even older.
and the whole religious theme is, I'm not a religious person, I don't really care about this.
Yeah.
But in my mind I was like, okay, Hercule Poirot is also Catholic and faith is important to his character. In one of the last books with him, and he's very old at this point, the character, and Agatha Christie was pretty old at this time as well. It was about him dealing with faith and dealing with this type of thing. So it's not,
Yeah, I
this
don't
isn't
mind.
coming from nowhere. Maybe I kind of wish this film was later on and he was older.
Well, I'm sure that's what's going to happen eventually. I'm sure we'll get the Daniel Craig in his 70s doing this again.
Yeah.
One final time.
But I mean, I wish
this
he
film
was
in particular,
when you're going to talk about faith
I agree.
and death
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
would have been great
I agree.
for that. But
I agree.
I guess we wait and see if we get another one.
Probably.
Overall, watch it. It's fun.
Watch it is fun.
Good performances.
And if you wanna not watch it on Netflix, there's ways to do that, and that's between you and your God. And don't let anyone tell you that you're wrong for doing it. But
yeah, but still,
also-
I even kind of encourage you. It's a better experience overall.
yeah, but also, I mean,
but
to be
it's
fair,
still
in
not on the
certain
extreme.
countries, the film is actually coming out in theaters.
Yeah,
It's just not coming out in Bulgaria because Netflix wants to have its
award season.
award
things.
season
Yeah.
window. But I mean, even like other ways, but you know, figure it out. I don't want to support Netflix. I think
Do not support
it's a-
monopolies. Do not
it's
support.
fairly easy to do that actually because it's not like they're coming out with a Knives Out sequel every day. Usually most of their stuff is garbage. So it's an easy thing to cut out of my life. What I like about these films is that they're not second screen entertainment, which is a term that we learned because of Netflix. This idea of making films where it is so clear what's happening that you can even watch them in the background as you're playing with your phone or
and
doing
they
the
will
dishes.
repeat stuff in case you were
Yeah.
on your phone.
Yeah, I tried that as an experiment. I watched a little bit of Red Notice, I think, with it's a terrible terrible
The Christmas
film.
one, the Santa Claus one?
No, the one about art thieves
Okay.
or just thieves with Ryan Reynolds and The Rock.
Ew.
Terrible film. But I just wanted to test the experiment. I put it on, and then I started doing other things around the house. And I can tell you everything that happened in the film.
Пауза да пресечем, защото е много шумно. I remember House of Cards coming out, and I had a lot of enthusiasm for the whole Netflix experiment and the distribution model. I was like, okay, it's
It's something new.
something new. You get the whole season at once. It's kind of like reading a book. It's
Yeah.
kind of every episode is a chapter.
Yeah.
I mean, Stranger Things literally does that.
Yeah.
When every episode is a chapter. So it works. You get the series
No,
and you decide on
The
your own
streaming
pace.
format works. There's nothing wrong with it inherently.
But then they started enshittifying it
But
rapidly.
also, there's the issue of there is a difference between a TV series and a film, and the theatrical experience is important, I think,
I agree. So it should be either one or the other.
and because I think the main reason is that if you're actually making a film that's made for streaming, you actually don't need to put in the effort to make it look good, which then means that you are encouraging people to make bad-looking films. You're encouraging people to make lazy films, because financially you don't have an incentive to make films that look good.
No, it's content.
It's just content, and it can be well-written content, but the language of cinema suffers.
Yeah.
And
Because you're not communicating anything. You're
and
just wasting time.
not to be an old person about it, but I think also the tastes end up changing over time, because young people grow up with Netflix, and they grow up with content like this. And at a certain point, people don't even know what you're talking about when you're talking about the language of cinema. And I guess that's part of becoming old, and I'm already yelling at clouds, but I don't know, it feels like a tragedy in the making.
There will always be people, because we were this type of people when we were younger. I mean, it's not like films coming out like in the 2090s were all like masterpieces.
No, of course not.
We grew up with trash TV as well, but we still were able to have an appreciation. So there will be young people. I know young people who have a love and appreciation for the art, and the art of it in itself, the art of communicating through this language.
Yeah.
So this is not gonna be lost. It's just gonna play.
No, we're just
less and less
we're all gonna be
a
poor.
role. Yeah.
We're gonna keep doing it. We're just gonna be poor.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a niche thing, appreciated by the close-knit kind of elitist group. This is kind of what I worry about with stuff like Letterboxd. I don't really like Letterboxd, to be honest.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's
Hot takes.
convenient, but why do I need IMDb with like a social media attached to it?
I see.
The comparing and the snarky comments and
I
the
don't
reviews.
I'm not a fan of star systems in general.
But this is what people love.
Rating. I
They
don't
use
like
it
that.
as a way to connect. But the way to connect is to perform your taste once again.
Yeah.
And we being a lapsed film bros in the way we know about perforing.
Yeah, exactly.
Our opinions.
Exactly.
And I'm so tired of it. And I do not wish it for the next generation, because instead of connecting us, it divides us, is what I'm feeling. Instead of finding a group that shares the love for whatever, you are this type of a film snob or this type of film fan.
I see.
And it's kind of like with music in many ways. You listen to I don't know, heavy metal, but you hate new metal. You know, it's just we're already a small niche group.
Yeah,
why do we
are
need
guilty
to?
of it as well.
Of course we are.
We've participated.
Of course,
in
and when you're
discourse
young,
like
of
that. Even
course.
probably within this podcast, we've probably done it. A certain othering of what we think is the wrong opinion to have.
Yes, it's kind of inevitable, but I catch myself.
But it's good to
doing
catch
it more and
yourself.
more.
It's good to correct yourself.
And I'm trying to shake it off. And my worry is that as the art form declines because of the enshittification of entertainment in general, the people who can actually appreciate this thing are gonna get less and less, and they're gonna feel more marginalized in some way, which means that they need a community, and it's counterproductive to do all of this performative social media shit instead of trying to build actual connections with other
I see
fans.
what you mean. And yeah, that's some deep shit. I agree. And I think on that note we can wrap it up.
Yeah, overall, it's fun.
I think I'm slightly less enthusiastic about recommending it, to be honest. I do, but don't expect Knives Out.
Yeah, never expect Knives Out again in this climate, even from the author of Knives Out. Knives Out was a pleasant
Well, the
little
thing about
surprise.
Knives Out is
so
a completely original
and now
IP.
it's an IP.
Yeah, and now it's an IP, yeah.
Now it was a flash in the pan. It was a surprise. It was cute. It was smart, and now it's another IP.
Yeah.
And this takes away from the moment, takes away from the magic.
And
Try to do new original things.
I hope that's what he does next.
I really hope so too.
And I am rooting for him. I think he's a very skilled writer. and I think he's a very talented director. So I hope that we see many original, quirky films from him in the future.
Before we go,
Yeah.
have you seen any of his TV things?
No,
Like
I mean,
Poker Face
I've seen the 2 episodes of Breaking Bad that he directed.
Okay.
I can say that they're well directed.
Have you seen Poker Face?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay, so Poker Face, Natasha Lyonne.
Yeah.
I've seen 1 or 2 episodes, and it's very Rian Johnson-y. This type of, it's a very specific type of humor, but also his type of kind of centrist liberal politics that kind of get on my nerves in these films particularly as well. But there was an episode in Poker Face when Natasha Lyonne's character, her whole thing is she can always say when somebody's lying.
Yeah.
This is, but for whatever reason she's always like on the verge of being destitute and broke. And she always has like a different profession in every episode.
Okay.
Anyway, she starts working, I think it was a senior home, and she meets these very cool elderly women who were like hippies in the 60s. They're all for the revolution and stuff like that. And they're very likable. They talk about sticking it to the man and everything. And at the end of the episode, she discovers that they're actually murderers who have kidnapped and murdered the son of a wealthy businessman like in the 70s and managed to escape.
Okay.
To escape prosecution.
Okay.
And she catches them, and when they find out that she knows, they try to kill her.
Okay.
And maybe it's just me, but it always feels like another version of the, I agree with them, but this is not the way cliche that we always talk about.
Yeah.
Because Natasha Lyonne being our, through point to the story. She's like, right on, you did it right, you were so courageous.
Until you realize how far they go.
Until you realize how far they go.
The way you're describing it, you're not really selling me on this series.
No, and this is I think this is the only episode I watched through the whole thing. But it really just got on my nerves because it's another one of undermining the 70s revolutionaries, everything they were trying to do. The way I feel like one battle after another was undermining the Black Panthers.
I see.
And not engaging with their actual politics and their actual text and what they were actually standing for. Not that the Weather Underground and stuff like that didn't happen. There wasn't left-wing terrorism back in the day.
Cool.
But it feels like you're in your liberal tower
I get it.
of privilege. People who actually struggled, actually fought for something, you are once again undermining them.
You're not actually being disruptive.
You engage with the aesthetics, but the moment things get serious, maybe I'm not...
No, I understand completely, and I think we'll definitely get back to this when we talk about one battle after another again.
Yeah.
But anyway, casual recommendation on this film?
It's
fine.
It's not a strong recommend,
but me neither.
It's a fun distraction, I guess, is what I'm gonna say.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Cinema Strolls is an independent podcast brought to you by Hot Potato Studio.
Hosted by me, Roman Pessarov.
And me, Angel Radev.
Production, graphic design and editing by me, Noura Al-Kadri. Music by Angel Radev.
You can find us everywhere at Cinema Strolls. Follow us on Instagram and support us on Patreon and Ko-fi.
Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube.
Make sure to rate us, it really helps our show.